Hi Becky, thank you very much for uploading your Squish to Dropbox and for getting the two girls involved as well. I thought you pitched it really well for them, given they were a bit older. You made sure it really was relevant and strong, you know, that the yoga worked for them, which was absolutely awesome. I love the sound of Little Lotus's yoga, that's brilliant, and I also love the fact that you're in Texas and that I picked up lots of wonderful Texan touches in your voice, and it's so good. It's so fun to hear it, and just to hear you with so much kind of you in it, you know, so much of your personality and drive and fun, and it just means that it really comes to life in a really brilliant way, and the kids that you teach will really connect with it so much more strongly because you're connecting with it. So really, really good to see. I've got a bit of feedback for you, and I hope that's just going to help you keep thinking about it, building on the learning, but ultimately feeling uber confident about taking all that you've learned and sharing this with the world around you, and just having a lot of fun doing that. So first and foremost, your yoga instruction. I thought you did a really good job of giving simultaneous descriptions of what you were doing physically at any given moment, which is the bedrock of yoga instruction. So super work there. Lovely flow from the door, from sunscreen into door pose. You know, nice that you were thinking about how the poses connected with each other and how you were moving from one thing to the next. At the very beginning, when we're packing the picnic, you can actually take the arms wide before you do the twist, and all that does is encourage everyone to sit up nice and tall. When we take the arms forward, it almost can mean the shoulders can come forward, but taking the arms wide almost kind of means that you're automatically giving everyone a lovely posture before you then do the twist, which then almost means you get more out of the twist when we come to do it. Lovely tree poses, and the fact that you did the two alternatives, the tree test on one side and the count on the other, and the opening of the branches, really nice job. Big steps across the sand dune, love those big sort of sideways steps. You can also turn to the back of your mat and do a big long lunge forward and then step all the way back if you want to dial up the challenge, which for older kids is quite good to do. I mean, for younger kids, frankly, it's quite fun to do as well. But big steps are kind of they're quite a fluid movement that you can either do a big lunge or you could do your fun steps that you did, and they're always up for grabs. So it's fun to play with them. When we do standing spin, when we're spinning down into the bottom of the ocean, try and jump the feet wide, certainly with younger kids, because it then almost stops them from spinning around and around on the spot, which is always so tempting, you know, let's get dizzy. But if you jump the feet wide, it just means that everyone's got a much more stable base, and you almost get more out of the twist then when you through the side body, which is good. Lovely strong swimming. I'm really glad to see you were honouring the transition moves as much as the big hero yoga poses. So when we were lying on our bellies and we're swimming out into the water before we surf, really making sure that strong movements with the arms, you know, there's lots to be gained from that in the shoulders, in the upper back, and also in the lower back as we're lifting our legs. So really good job on that. Lovely build into boat pose and treasure chest pose, and I really enjoyed your fun attempts to open the treasure chest, building in lots of yoga but making it kind of rooted in the story, which is fabulous. Lovely breaths in and out as we were swimming up and down, timing those breaths with the movement. Absolutely wonderful to see you honouring that and doing that perfectly. Your pacing, it was very steady, really easy to follow, but you carried it because you used the momentum of the story to keep the action flowing, which meant it was great. It really kind of had momentum and fun rolling through it, which is going to make it so engaging and sticky for the kids. Nice variety of pace as well. It had lovely build going on, from landing in the tree to finding the crabs on the beach to those running into the waves, the swimming, the surfing, and then that lovely resting on the board, and then the fish. You know, it had real woo. And that's what we want. It just keeps everyone kind of on their toes and guessing, which is great. And really nice pacing down as well into the relaxation phase of the class. The tick-tock rhyme, which you can do either standing or sitting on your bottom with your legs crossed. Depends, it's completely up to you. Play with it. Again, it's one of those things that you can have fun with. You can do what you want with. And the tiptoes, the quiet voice, just graduating us down into that wonderful relaxation phase. Your language, great intro. You really had it so succinctly, clearly, and I love the deep breaths that you did at the start. Great that you were building in the children's ideas into the packing of the picnic, turkey and pickle, watermelon, nice little bit of chocky in there too, which is always good. And asking questions as well. Have you ever ridden in a hot air balloon before? No, neither have I. Well, we're going to come into our flamingo pose. That was a really nice way of building interaction in asking those questions, just peppering them through the whole story. I also like that you used those phrases, what I call bridging phrases, really smartly between when you find something in the story, be it at a hot air balloon. So to get into our hot air balloon, we're going to use a flamingo pose, actually announcing the pose, we find a boat, let's try boat pose, using that let's try boat pose, let's do flamingo pose. I wonder if we can remember our fish pose. Those phrases are so good to just take you from story to yoga, and then give yourself the permission and the space to instruct the yoga step by step by step. So I thought you did that very naturally all the way through. So the two things were blended really seamlessly, yoga and story. Really well done. I love, like I said already, the Texan touches, the hey y'all and the real nice and the fancy mermaid. Oh, that was great. I was loving it. Your voice is like chocolate. It's gorgeous. Nice landing of the message as well with Squish and Titch. That was, again, you really worked out how you were going to say it, make it clear, make it succinct, and then move on with the story. Absolutely exactly what's required. It means everyone's in no doubt what they're learning. There's no fluffing or like extra kind of explanations. You just have it nailed. And nice guidance as well in the relaxation, the recap of what we did in the story, the message, feeling proud of ourselves, and then that rest time that you gave us, the 5 count as well. Always really nice to do a count just to kind of contain a rest period. And I like the fact that you clarified the meaning of namaste at the end for everyone. Again, it just said to me that you know what you're doing when it comes to yoga. You know what you're doing when it comes to giving kids a very accessible way of understanding it, so really nice to see you and hear you doing that. Your story flow, wonderful balance of the story and the yoga. Like I said already, the two things just seamlessly moved together. It was well learned, it was fluent, and you were able to have fun with it. And because you were able to have fun with it, so will the kids. That's the crucial thing. And that comes down to the fact that you've done your homework, your practice, your rehearsal, and you can now enjoy walking into a room and sharing it and having fun with it. You're not scrabbling around for it in your memory. It's all there in your heart and soul and bones, which is where you want it to be. Your performance, loved all the sound effects you were adding at the start, the whoops and the shoops and the smiliness that you gave us, the expressions, the warmth, the animation, all of that just makes it come to life. You breathe life into the whole thing, and that was wonderful to see you really doing so authentically as you as well, Becky. It was awesome to see that. I love all the waves below as we were seeing everything. Again, you were asking the kids, who do you see? What do you see? Was it pond? Okay, hi pond. Always fun to see what the kids see. I love the fact as well that you were giggling along with it as well at some points. You were being in a team with the kids. You were being equal with them. So being a penguin, it was like giggling away at being a penguin, and then being a boat, giggling at doing a boat pose. I love the fact that you had that camaraderie with them. It was lovely. Nice play of the alone moment, capturing the feelings, naming the feelings, the techniques we could use to help ourselves, and the real kind of right, we're going to go and be brave, and we're going to go and have a look outside the shipwreck. Clear, strong decision to be brave. The drama of the sharks was wonderful, and the hayal was wonderful in that moment too. The fun row row your boat song and the phone calls, keeping them really authentic. Love you, byes. I love you, bye. It's a great little way to end a phone call. Love you, bye. Just sort of say it. It's great. Your safety, you were building poses gradually from the ground up in stages, and you were making sure each one of those stages was beautifully instructed. Again, using just the right amount of words, not over-egging it, and that was really good to hear. And your demonstrations of all the yoga was absolutely spot on. I think that's so crucial again, because the kids are very visual. They're always mimicking, they're always watching, and so when we're doing our best, when we're extending properly, when we're offering good posture, when we're in the poses, the kids soak that up and they will mimic what they see. So it's great to see you demonstrating with such strength. So overall, Becky, really well done for pitching it for the older girls. I think, the fact is that it worked for them. You made sure all the yoga was really strong, really well instructed, but equally I could see you working this for sort of 5-4-year-olds, and making it work for them just as well. I thought you were really thorough, you were really clear, your demos were wonderful and strong, and you've got a really strong personality which just shone all the way through. It was natural. You had real natural authority as well, which is going to be such a helpful thing. It's always such a helpful thing when you've got a strong personality and you're stood at the front of the room and you're guiding kids in something. they are more likely to follow you if you've got that kind of energy, that strength of energy in yourself. That means the kids are magnetized to it, and I think that's something that you really have naturally, which is going to it's going to help you along the way enormously. It's a really wonderful thing to have. Your storytelling was fabulous as well. It was fun, but it was beautifully balanced with all of the yoga. So really well done, Becky. Do let me know what your plans are, what your news is, but I wish you all the very best with your kids' yoga. Take care.